Hey guys, welcome back to Brian's Train Room. As you know, on this channel, I like exploring some of the rare, unusual, and downright oddball trains that Lionel made in the post-war years. And when I started this channel 9 months ago, I didn't know where it would go, and hey, I was just having a lot of fun with it, and still am. And I gotta tell you, hit a little bit of a mile marker here. I have 1,500 subscribers now, and let me tell you, I cannot thank you guys enough. So, as a little bit of a thank you, this episode is going to focus on a little something special that you can look for from the late 60s that is, well, a little bit of a gem of a collectible for Lionel Trains. What is that? Well, I'll give you a little hint. Sometimes it comes in a little envelope. An envelope like this. What's in here? Well, that's what I'm going to show you on Brian's Train Room.
Remember, boy, you're the boss on land, sea, and in the air when you own Lionel Trains.
So there's a hidden gem in this envelope. This envelope would have come from a company called Champion Papers. And why would Champion Papers and Lionel have any kind of connection? Well, Champion Papers, as is its name, made high-quality paper products, a number of which were used in the production of the Lionel catalog. So there was certainly some connection there, and there's some information related to that. And what this is, in this envelope, is their Imagination series, which is essentially, they made one every year, and every year had a different theme. In 1967, the theme was railroad, okay? So because of that, you get this little envelope, and you notice how the 10, which is Imagination 10, is what this series was called, and you've got the little tracks that make the 10. So, when you open up this envelope, inside this envelope is a really cool sort of pamphlet or booklet, okay? And this little booklet right here, and I'm going to put this right here, okay? All right, in this little booklet, it shows a train sort of going by. This is not a Lionel train, but it's a railroad theme in this whole book. Now again, this book is not a book that tells necessarily a story, but it talks about railroad stuff, and the reason for this book is to promote the paper products that they made, okay? So in other words, when they say, hey, this is the glossy cover, because remember, we lived in an age at this time, especially in the 60s when this was made, where there were pamphlets and booklets and all the things that you'd order, this is how they would come. There wasn't anything online, it was all in this format. So having high quality printed materials was very important. So if you turn to the first page, it says, hey, this is what we do, all aboard. This shows, again, some railroad-related signs. And again, most of the things that say, hey, this is what they are, but it also says, hey, this was printed on this thickness or this type of paper. As you turn, it sort of shows some different railroad things, and then it says, look, this is a different type of paper, and look how well the design shows up. That's what this does. It shows the details of there's certain artwork that was out there too. And also, hey, this is interesting. So this is an envelope. And then this envelope, it says, hey, this was made or printed using the papers that they had. These are different road names or pieces of the rolling stock. And notice how the detail that shows in the chroma coat that you'd have. And you see the shininess of the paper and the thickness of the paper. And then they would show, hey, these are guys who worked on the railroad, and shows how the blacks and whites showed and how well they display or print, again, on the paper. The whole catalog is all about, hey, these are the things that we can print. You go to the next page and it shows some more railroad scenes. It shows a super detailed, railroad-themed painting from the past. It shows detail in the shiny paper here, as well as how the color differences show on their paper. All again, railroad. This shows signals and information related to that. Again, anytime it showed that, it just said, hey, this is printed on this offset. That's all this is showing railroad things, but showing them on some of the paper products they had. Common for the day are these things where you cut these out and make little buildings out of the paper and showing, hey, these are the things that we can make, and look at the detail and the bright colors associated with it. Showing different photos, close-up of a railroad watch, and then some of the different paper options you have, and how they show, and that's the pamphlet. Now, I didn't see anything that was Lionel related in this catalog yet, okay? So I'm going to go to the very last page. And on the last page, it says credits and, the photography, but also says sources, okay? And down here on sources, it says model train. So there was a picture of a model train in here. And that model train was from the Lionel Toy Corporation. Interesting. Well, where was that? Well, if you remember, we flipped through the catalog. Right about here was an envelope, okay? But as in most envelopes, there's something inside. What's inside? Well, let's find out, okay? So here's the envelope, all right, still attached, and it opens up, and inside this envelope is a folded piece of paper, all right? So I'm going to slide this out and show you what was in this envelope, in this folded sheet of paper. Now this is showing the back of it, but as you start to unfold it, in here is a picture of some very familiar items to the Lionel post-war collectors. You've got a GP, you've got a couple boxcars, you've got some different colored boxcars, some hoppers, you got a tanker, a couple other boxcars, gondola, hopper, and a caboose. Again, and what they wanted to show you was, hey, look, this is the paper, and these are little things that you can get, and how you could get it, and how you can print it, and see how much detail you get from this picture of a toy train. Notice, this thing is incredibly long. I'm going to show detail. This is a hidden gem inside the Champion Papers Imagination 10 booklet. Absolutely incredible. Let's take a closer look at this little gem right here. Shown is the Champion Papers Lionel toy train fold-out from the envelope. It measures 3 inches high and 76 inches long. That's over 6 feet. 3 reported versions of the pamphlet have been found. The one with the railroad photos, one with Champion Paper distributors across the country, and one that is blank. I haven't found that one yet. It shows in magnificent detail the following Lionel trains: the 2346 B&M GP7, the 6464-700 Santa Fe boxcar, 6361 log car, 6464-900 New York Central boxcar, 6464-650 Rio Grande boxcar, 6436 Lehigh Valley hopper, 6415 Sunoco tank car, 6428 U.S. mail boxcar, 6464-725 New Haven boxcar, 6162 New York Central gondola, 6464-450 Great Northern boxcar, 6176 Lehigh Valley hopper, and a 6437 Pennsylvania porthole caboose. A 13-piece Lionel train consist. Wow. The trains were supplied by the Lionel Toy Train Corporation. There are a few interesting pieces that were used when this photo was taken. First, while Lionel supplied the cars and was credited, for some reason the 6361 had the Lionel Lines lettering blocked out. That was not done on any of the other cars. Secondly, there are two very rare and desirable cars shown, both being boxcars. The 6464-700 Santa Fe boxcar is shown on a rare body mold, known to boxcar collectors as a Type 3 body. The extra row of rivets to the right of the Santa Fe Herald makes boxcar nuts go crazy. The other hidden gem in the photo is the 6464-650 Rio Grande boxcar. It is shown as the incredibly rare yellow top version of the car. Another one of those boxcars that makes certain collectors go nuts trying to find. Both of these cars are being shown in a non-Lionel publication, and that's what makes this 6-foot flyer so unique and rare. So, next time you find yourself lost in an antique store, check out the shops that sell old booklets and paper and see if you can find one of these fantastic hidden Lionel collectibles. All right, that was fun. Appreciate you watching my video. If you like what you see, hey, give me a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, hey, please subscribe. We also have a comment section down below. I want to hear from you. Let me know how I'm doing and how I can make these better. You know, I don't do this alone. I do have a number of friends and fellow collectors who have shared their collections with me to make these fun videos for you guys too. At the end, I've got a nice list of those individuals who've helped me out. I cannot thank them enough. Well, that was it for today. Hey, thanks for joining me on Brian's Train Room.
Lionel Express, all aboard. Look at her streak along the rails. It's a Lionel.